You ever have those days, or maybe it's most days, you just feel that nagging fatigue, a kind of heaviness that you can't shake, even after a full night's sleep. So you do the right thing, you go to the doctor, you run all the tests, and they come back perfectly normal. But you know, deep down, something just isn't right. It really feels like your body's trying to tell you something, doesn't it? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into. That feeling, it is definitely not in your head. According to the ancient science of Ayurveda, that's a very, very real signal. It's your body's alarm system going off, alerting you to a hidden enemy, one that just doesn't show up on a standard medical report. And this enemy, well, it has a name, ama. Now, this concept is absolutely central to Ayurvedic health, and I think understanding it might just be the key to figuring out why you feel the way you do. So, what is this ama? It's not some virus or bacteria you catch from the outside. Nope. It's something we actually create ourselves.
So let's get specific. What exactly is ama? Just think of it as a kind of metabolic gunk. It's the gross byproduct of incomplete digestion, a sticky, toxic sludge that literally gums up all your internal systems. It's kind of like the thick, black soot that's left behind by a really weak, inefficient fire. And you know what? That fire analogy is absolutely crucial here.
In Ayurveda, your digestive power has a name. It's called Agni, which literally means the digestive fire. When this fire is strong, when it's roaring, it cooks your food completely. It absorbs all the good stuff, the nutrients, and gets rid of the waste, no problem. But if that fire is weak, if it's just sputtering, then the food is left half-cooked. And that sticky, undercooked mess, that is ama.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The ancient sage Charaka said it perfectly thousands of years ago. Disease doesn't just pop up out of thin air. It starts with a weak digestive fire. That weak fire leads to the creation of ama. And the presence of ama is basically the fertile ground where illness starts to take root and grow. So that leads us to the most important question, right? What is putting our digestive fire out? If a strong Agni is the key to feeling great, what are we doing in our daily lives that's weakening it and creating all this toxic ama? Well, let's break down the three main culprits. First up, our eating habits. I mean, eating when you're not even hungry, smashing a heavy meal late at night, or constantly chugging ice-cold drinks. That's like pouring a bucket of water right on your digestive fire. Second, incompatible food combinations. You know, things we think are normal, like a fruit smoothie made with milk or eating yogurt at night? In Ayurveda, these are seen as combinations that directly create ama. And third, and this one is a big one, our mind. The sage Sushruta knew this ages ago. I mean, think about it. Have you ever noticed how you completely lose your appetite when you're stressed or anxious? That is not a coincidence. Tension, anger, fear, they literally slam the brakes on your digestion. So an unsettled mind is always going to lead to an unsettled stomach. Okay, so ama forms in the gut. But here's the thing. The real problem is that it doesn't stay there. And this is where it gets a little more serious. Let's take a look at how this toxin actually spreads and how it goes from being just a local gut issue to a huge problem that can affect your entire body.
So it all starts in the stomach. This is where you get those first signs like gas, bloating, and just not feeling hungry. But if it's not cleared out, it moves into stage 2. It enters the bloodstream. And now the problem goes system-wide. Think of your blood like a river. When it's filled with this sludge, everything slows down. This is where that constant fatigue, the skin problems, and that stubborn weight that won't budge come from. Then you get to the final, most dangerous stage. Ama becomes amavisha, a legit poison that can lead to chronic, deep-seated issues like awful joint pain and even autoimmune conditions.
All right, now for the part of this explainer that's all about you. How can you tell if this toxic ama is actually building up in your own body? Well, Ayurveda gives us some really simple but powerful diagnostic tools you can use right now. Your body sends out really clear signals. The first thing you can do, check your tongue in the mirror first thing in the morning. A clean, pink tongue is a great sign. But if you see a thick white or yellow coating, that's a direct indicator of ama in your digestive tract. Other signs are that constant feeling of heaviness, sticky stools that are hard to flush, a total lack of appetite, and bad breath. These are all your body's warning lights, flashing away. And here's what's so fascinating. Ama is opportunistic. It's like it has a mind of its own. It travels through your body and literally looks for your weakest spots to settle down in.
So if your joints are a weak point, it can show up as that morning stiffness and pain of arthritis, which is called amavata. If your skin is vulnerable, it might lead to stubborn conditions like psoriasis or eczema. And yeah, if it affects the mind, it can contribute to depression, anxiety, and just a constant state of negativity. So, we've identified the problem, we know what causes it, we can see the signs. The big question is, what on earth do we do about it? Well, the Ayurvedic approach isn't about reaching for a pill first. It's all about changing your lifestyle to cleanse the system and, you guessed it, reignite your inner fire. So here is your battle plan. First, lighten the load. This is a principle called Langanham. Think about it. If your fire is weak, you don't pile on more wood, right? You clear out the ash. So light fasting gives your system a chance to rest and digest all that old ama. Second, you want to stoke the fire. A little piece of fresh ginger with a pinch of salt before meals is like the perfect starter to wake up your digestion. Third, sip warm water throughout the day. It's so simple, but it helps dissolve and flush out that sticky ama, while cold water just makes it clump together. Fourth, use specific yoga practices. Techniques like Kapalabhati literally build heat in your core, strengthening that digestive fire from the inside out. And finally, number 5, adopt those healthy habits we talked about. Eat your last meal early and be really mindful of those food combinations that don't mix.
And this is really the ultimate takeaway. True, lasting health doesn't start in a doctor's office or a pharmacy. It begins in your kitchen, with the food you choose to put in your body. It begins with your daily habits and with your state of mind. Your body is always, always communicating with you. The only question is, are you ready to start listening?